in Sami Al-Arian. He's the director of the Centre for Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Zaim University. Sami, thank you very much indeed for coming on the programme. It's concerning, isn't it, that in the days before these talks have even got underway, there is talk of them collapsing. They haven't started, due to start on Thursday. How confident are you that all parties will arrive at the table and will also arrive there in good faith?
Well, we need to understand that the United States is not a neutral bystander or a mediator. The United States has been part and parcel of this genocidal war of extermination against the Palestinians from day one. They are complicit in every Israeli atrocity. So for them to claim now that they somehow are a neutral party trying to bring together a ceasefire is disingenuous. And we've seen it over and over again. This is not the first time the parties are coming together. They proposed many times different proposals in which Hamas and the resistance movements have accepted, only to be obstructed by Netanyahu. This whole is a charade, and it's trying to preempt an expected retaliatory strike by Hezbollah and Hamas, by Hezbollah and Iran. And that's what this is about. This is not, I mean, Netanyahu every time comes and brings different conditions to ensure that these talks will never be fruitful.
Yes, I suppose, though, one could argue that the point of mediation is that parties from all sides, who perhaps none of whom are neutral, will come together to try to thrash out a deal. Antony Blinken travelling to the region. Now, if you're suggesting that he will not put US leverage on Israel to stand down, and that has been borne out in the 9 to 10 months previously, then what alternative is there to US leverage?
Well, unfortunately, there has to be different kind of pressures. I mean, we're going to see in the next few weeks, the campuses are going to be back, the students will be back to their campuses and universities. We'll see if there are renewed encampments and demonstrations. There is an election season. We'll see if dissidents and opposition within the Democratic Party, people who oppose this genocidal war, are going to come and pressure the political elites to take a firmer stand against Netanyahu. Otherwise, we'll just continue to see the slaughter of Palestinians taking place day after day. Another kind of pressure should come actually from different kind of regional powers as well as international powers, who must put a red line to the United States. This is totally unacceptable. The United States has many interests in the region, and if these interests are threatened, certainly the United States is capable but unwilling so far to stop this genocidal war. In addition to that, the internal pressure is not working within Israel. Actually, Netanyahu has been thumbing his nose throughout, and no one is bringing him under control. And that's one of the problems. The final pressure point, of course, is the war of attrition taking place against Israeli soldiers. The soldiers are not immune to what's happening. You know, a report came, 10,000 of them have either been killed or injured. That's a lot of soldiers. Thousands of tanks and armor carriers have also been disabled. That's a lot of pressure. And I think if a war breaks out regionally, that will even put more pressure on Israel to stop its madness.
And how do you assess the pressure being implemented on potential negotiations by Iran? Iran has threatened, or at least made a claim, that it will not attack Israel should a ceasefire be agreed, although we have also had Western leaders, some in person, imploring Iran to stand down. Of course, Iran has since said that it will not do that. What's their influence in these negotiations?
I mean, the West is so hypocritical to ask Iran to stand down while giving a bye to Israel. They didn't even condemn the violation of Iran's sovereignty and the killing of a guest of that country. For them to come and ask Iran to stand down is just the height of hubris. But at any rate, Iran did hint that if there is a permanent ceasefire, that would actually stop the pending attacks. But it's not clear that Netanyahu has that in mind. I think what Netanyahu wants is to continue this war, to stay out of prison, but probably more importantly, to make sure that there will not be a ceasefire in which the Biden administration can take credit and possibly even propel Harris into the presidency. I think he wants Trump to win, and he's doing everything in his power to make sure that that war does not stop without having to poke the United States in the eye. But so far, he's been succeeding in bringing the pressure in the U.S. administration rather than the other way around.
Okay, so not too much optimism for the talks ahead. Sami, we thank you very much indeed for your analysis today. Appreciate you coming on the programme.
Thank you.